back, and we back, and we back.
Welcome back to Unserious, presented to you by For Official Use Only, where we help identify life's centerline. I will be the advocate, Moshiu Knox, and in this episode, we are talking about Deion Sanders and his new hire at the Colorado University of Boulder. He's going to be a Buffalo. Congratulations. But before I get too far into those congratulations, I just need you to know the Air Force Academy still runs Colorado. Now, it's great you got the job over at Boulder. I just don't need you getting no ideas, because for the better part of this last decade, them Falcons been running Colorado. So I just had to make sure we understand the hierarchy of this thing, you know. Great job, Prime. Happy for you. Just know when you come down there to see you to the Sea Springs, you're gonna be in for a fight. So now that we got that out the way, we're talking about Deion's new hire and how people feel about it. So I'm gonna try to stay as neutral as possible. I might tell you how I feel about it, but we're talking about how the community and outlets and how everyone is reacting to the news. So one side of this thing, there are people who are happy for Deion. Black man doing positive things in his lifetime. It's hard to speak down on him, and he's making his own way. Happy for you, brother. And then for other people, I guess you can call it a selfish approach, or if you just wanted a bit more from him, people stand on the other side of that fence. So for Deion's case, he left Jackson State better than what he found it. But that often ain't that. That's just easy to say. I mean, you can find stats, you can find anything to support your argument if you ever want to say, "Hey, I left it better than what I found it." But Deion, we saw the proof. The proof was in the pudding. They got 2 SWAC championships, brand new facilities, different sponsors, a blueprint, so to speak. So he left it better than what he found it, and he did exactly what he said he was going to do. He brought attention in. He brought scouts there for the first time. It was a different energy around JSU, and a lot of people saw positivity for the last 3 years. So for Deion, he felt like he needed to move. If it's a personal move and you felt like you've outgrown somewhere, well, then it's probably right. You should move on, because then your heart won't be in it anymore. And now he's more opportunity to where he has more resources. And when I say more resources, I mean better facilities, more money for himself that he doesn't have to split with others. More of a budget, NIL budget for athletes that just show and prove that he can get a program and run a program and a Division I program. So for him, great. Even for his son, he's taking Shadur with him. In the first interview that he had, he named and told everyone, he told Shadur to stand up and told everyone that's your starting quarterback. So it's an elevation for his son as well. So all of that is positive stuff for Deion. Now, if you want to be selfish about this thing and you don't necessarily want to clap for him, and you're thinking about Jackson State and the way he left it, it does leave some things to be desired. So for everyone that is still that it doesn't leave such a great taste in their mouth, you can view it from the viewpoint of the job wasn't necessarily done yet. For what it is that we thought, or they thought, that Deion signed on for, we thought we were going to be along for the ride just a little bit longer, because the exposure that was coming along with it, with him, the exposure that was coming with him, the opportunities, who these kids were getting the opportunity to meet with, we thought, or they thought, that it was under the impression that it would be a pipeline set up, right? We were getting the system in place to where not only Jackson State eats, but now Alabama State eats. Now you start to bring in the Hamptons, and you get to bring in the MVSUs, Mississippi Valley State Universities, and your Gramblings. And you start to build a pipeline to where you start seeing a lot more 5- and 4-star recruits go to HBCUs. For HBCUs, the budgets are nowhere near what PWIs are. And to see what those budgets were starting to generate, because now HBCUs are being featured on ESPN a little bit more. The TV money that's thrown around, advertisement buzz that come along with the city, it makes the city, more people come to the city, and when more people come to the city of Jackson, it builds the infrastructure a little bit more. So now you Start to take care of all those things. I don't know if you've ever been to Jackson, Mississippi, but it's a pothole everywhere you go. Every 2 feet is a pothole in the road. And so things like that, even for game day, were getting fixed. So you just wanted to see it a little bit longer is everyone's issue in this. And I could understand it. That's my best way of putting it, because I normally get on here and start to delve out way too much information, but this is a very, very, very extensive conversation that I could have about why it is Deion should have stayed and could have stayed. But we're just going to keep working and we're just going to keep watching. Like I tell you guys each week, I'm not Malcolm X and y'all ain't finna hang me out to dry. I work for somebody and I have no problem understanding where I am in life. But in this time being, what I am trying to help do is add context. Because I know a lot of people wonder, like, why is it that they're upset? They should be happy for him. He came in and did X, Y, and Z. Yes. I don't have a savior complex. I get up off my tail and go to work every day and I fix my own problems. And then I pray to God. I do my part. He do his part. I don't need another man to come save me. However, for a lot of people, it's what you signify. It is what you stand for. And so when you stand for something, it's easy to get behind that. There are leaders in this world, and they were hoping that he was going to be a leader for them just a little bit longer. Wasn't the case. Wasn't the case. But with that being said, man, just remember this. You can't hate and be great. If you're early, you got to wait. Please don't be late. Trust in God's timing. Remain curious. And please remember this. Man, these times are unserious. Thank you for watching.
Brown